Good morning, everybody. This is Elizabeth Haslett from Silvernest Homeschooling, mom of 4, currently homeschooling 3 kids at home. One has already left the roost. The second one is off to start her running start program, which is like high school and college at the same time, but here at our house, thankfully. And the last 2 are doing school with me for a few subjects and then are also into hybrid. And you may go, is that really homeschooling? But yeah, actually it is, because homeschooling is all about finding the path that works for your family and your individual children, and you are in the driver's seat. That's the key right there, is when you are the one making the decisions and being led by God to make wise decisions and praying through all that. So I wanted to give you an update. One couple of caveats. One, I am not a professional and do not plan to be a professional YouTuber. I am literally just trying to capture some stuff that's worked and not worked for us so that you can be helped. So if you feel like my videos aren't that professional, yeah, they're not, because I'm not a professional. I'm just someone who's trying to help. And I hope it is helpful. I sincerely do hope that this is helpful. And I have been doing this for 11 years. We're on our 12th year right now. So I feel like at that point, you kind of know some stuff. If you've been doing anything for a decade, hopefully you know something, and that can be helpful. We need to share that information. We need to get it out there. YouTube has been incredibly helpful for me, and so I want to be helpful too. Secondly, we have taken a couple of weeks where things haven't been posted, partly because I don't know much about this medium. I have made videos that are so long they won't upload for me. I have really bad internet where I live, and so I have been trying to upload things that I've made in the past. So you might see some videos out of order. Just bear with me. And secondly, we've had some stuff that we've just, when you're starting the school year, it's good to just pull back and focus just on getting school spun. So that is what we've done. We are ready to go. Here we go. 7th grade update on how it's going. So we have the 3 classes I'm teaching at home are French and history and science. So I'm going to give you an overview of how it's going with French. First of all, my daughter is in 7th grade taking high school French, and this has been a stretch for her. We thought we could get Rosetta Stone to work for us, and we got it up and running the first time. We own the CDs, and the new computer would not accept it. They don't help us with that anymore. You have to have a subscription, and so we've already invested in this. We didn't really want to do that, so we just went ahead and scrapped Rosetta Stone, and we have been trying to figure out ways to make this work instead for the 7th grader. My other daughter took Breaking the French Barrier in 7th grade, but she had already gone through a few years of Rosetta Stone on her own beforehand, and so the switch wasn't that difficult. My daughter's actually doing really well. She just doesn't think she is. And that's really a problem when you're trying to help someone gain confidence, and so that's really been our main goal, is to help her gain confidence. Also, this didn't come in right away. It was ordered through our hybrid school, and so we had to do some stuff while we were waiting for it to come in to not feel like we were just skipping French all the way. So this is what we did. First of all, the way I know she's doing fine is we had this left over from my other daughter, and she was able to read and answer the questions for story 1, which is incredible. I'm so proud of her. But again, it's a lot. So she just was like, I can understand more than I actually thought I could, which was great. She had a good booster from that. Also, we got a bunch of stickers that she was able to put all over our house that show her what the French word is. She has a great accent already, which is wonderful. We've also used this dictionary, which I had in English when I was a kid, and so it's been fun to go through and just look at different words. She's learned her alphabet and her numbers, and then also started some stuff, just her basic conversational stuff already, which is incredible in a couple of weeks. It's only been a couple of weeks. So then we got our Breaking the French Barrier, and we started to go through it. And what I had forgotten is that they have a whole section on first steps. And those first steps are to get you into a conversation right away. But the problem is, when I set up my schedule, I didn't include that because I forgot about it. And so that's been stressful because she feels like she's behind even though she's not. And so we were able to get through the lessons she needs to get through, but in her head, she's behind. And that's not helpful for a child that is feeling already overwhelmed. So we've been trying to help her go back and do review and calm down. And remember, she only has to get, this book is so dense and so good that we only actually do the intro and 6 lessons by the end of the year. And then we'll actually use 7th through 12th lessons for year 2. I have gotten advice from a local high school French teacher that actually was my French teacher in high school, who's helped us figure that out. And so there's no reason for her to panic, but of course, you know how it goes. We will get there. We will get there. It does jump straight in, and she's been able to comprehend a lot of it, but it does go at a pretty fast pace. So we've also added in some extra books, like My First French book was helpful because it right away explained, I just got this from the library, that, you know, the gender of nouns. And that was new for her. So that's been helpful in explaining why la. So we're just supplementing just a little bit so that she can feel confident. And then also, of course, one of our keys for learning a language is comic books. And in this case, these French comic books, she just loves them. And she doesn't have the English translation of this, and she will just stare over these. I bought her 2 new ones just for her that her sister didn't have. And they were Chez les Bretons. This one was her sister's, Chez les Belges. And then La Fille de Vercingétorix. Oh my goodness, that was butchered indeed. But these have been really fun for her, so she's been doing that. She also has been watching Peppa Pig in French with YouTube. That was great, and she enjoys those. And then that was recommended by a grown-up. That's how she learned French. Also, we've been watching Asterix and Obelix movies in French. So I've been eating some French bonbons, some candy, and it's going fine. She's not feeling confident yet, but it is going fine, and we are going to find our sea legs there. All right, history. History's great. She loves history, and it's not been hard. This was our spine. She read through everything she needed to read for the entire month of September in only, I think, a week and a half. And so the rest of the month, she's been reading supplementary books. So Galen and the Gateway to Medicine is the one she's currently reading, but she's also done a bunch of horrible histories and some Terry Derry's Greek mythology. She's done some ancient Greece, some different, all kinds of pile, and some of the stuff we've kept and some we've gotten rid of already, but I just thought I'd show you the one she's doing right now. So that's going great. She's also doing and practicing her handwriting and her composition by doing summaries of each section she's read in the History of the World section. Finally, I'm teaching her science, and right now we're doing a botany unit from Gather Round, and this is by far our favorite thing that we've done in forever. I mean, she is just the right time and the right everything. It's been going so wonderfully. We bought some raspberry plants. We bought some bulbs. We bought her, it was the end of the year, so there was some kits on sale, so she grew mushrooms. She's been growing basil and cilantro. Her time didn't work, and that was really interesting. And she and I are just having so much fun learning about things that I didn't really know about, things that she's been introduced before, but she didn't know in depth. And I love Gather Round because it has so much God just rooted in every single thing you do, but it doesn't feel preachy, if that makes sense. Like, it just feels so natural and excited. And so we've been really, really enjoying that, trying new fruits, she dissected some plants. It's just looked at plants underneath some microscopes. I mean, we've just ran wherever unit study that we can ran. We're about halfway through with it. So we will be happy, sad when it ends because it's just been delightful. We played Canopy Evergreen with our botany unit, which is about the flora and fauna of our local Pacific Northwest, and this is one of her favorite games, so she really enjoyed that. To counterbalance that, there is a workbook that she's filling out for Gather Round, but also we're meeting with some friends once a week and doing, the last 2 weeks we've done a Mel Chemistry kit that I got for free. So I can't really say, like, is it worth the finances of it if you had to pay for it? But from not paying for it, it's definitely been a blessing. We made stuff glow in the dark, and we made stuff burn up and see color in the last couple weeks. And then they're practicing writing the scientific method and what their hypothesis was and what actually happened, those kinds of things. And so it's been good. It's been pretty gentle and pretty exciting. They really, really love it. They've been coming up with their own list of experiments that they want to try, some that they've already done in the past, but that they're interested in doing. This week, we're going to take a break because of a lot of the stuff we've been studying is about electrons. We're actually going to play the game Subatomic and by Genius Games. And so the goal is 1 to 2 science experiments a month, and then 1 to 2 board games to help emphasize the same concept. Because while this is really fun and exciting, and it's good for them to practice their brains of writing things down and they're having a ball, it isn't in a very sequential, it's all chemistry, but it just everywhere. It's everywhere. Every single box is like anywhere and everywhere. There's no sequence. And so I want to be able to go deeper into the different concepts. And again, our idea in 7th grade, 6th grade, there's a 7th grade, 6th grader, and a 4th grader coming with us, which they don't recommend 10. It's for 10 and under. They recommend 10 and older, but because it's 2 moms and 4 kids, it's not really that scary or anything. We're just keeping real safe, and it's good practice for the chemicals are real. I'm the only one who had to wash my hands 1,000 times, and we were all wearing safety glasses and gloves and the whole thing. But so all that's really good just to practice all that. But so I do really want to make sure they get enough game time and help them understand the concepts behind it all. So that is how it's going with 7th grade. She's also doing health with grandma for high school. And that again she's just knocking it out of the park, but she feels like she's not. And I think that's a lot of the difference between encouraging someone that you can go and be brave and try something new. And so the name of the game is confidence. The name of the game is finding that the curriculum isn't wrong. It's just making sure the pacing is correct for the child. So I hope it helps you. I hope you know that starting off the new school year can be bumpy, but not mean that the rest of your life is unsuccessful. And I pray that you are being blessed and that the next month is smoother than the first month for all of us. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.